Oh no, you know who's the best? You guys are the best! Yeah! Let's get your next comic here up here on stage. This is a newer comic to the Grand Junction comedy scene, and he is tearing it up all over the Western Slope and beyond. He's a wonderful human being, has a lot of interesting life experiences. I'm sure he'll tell you all about it. You guys please make some noise for Eric Geil.
Give it a little wiggle, everybody. Come on. Come on, y'all. Give it a little wiggle. Thanks, Millie. Keep it going for Millie real quick. Yeah! But, you guys see the lineup of comics? Should have called it Millie's Parade of Slobs. That's all right. If you haven't seen the rest of us, I won't ruin the surprise for you. I remember the day I decided to pursue comedy. I literally grabbed a notebook off the counter, just started writing jokes. The problem with that is that notebook was my recipe book, and I need to change those things. Last night my lasagna bombed. I'm Plant Daddy. If you don't know what that is, it's a term for a guy who doesn't get invited to parties. A few weeks ago, I was in a little crowd work. I was talking to a woman in the front row, and her boyfriend began to get a little agitated, you know? Started to get a little jealous. It got me thinking, guys, I am no threat to you or your relationship. I am partially crippled. I have no money. I could not provide for or protect your woman. If this was caveman days, I would be food. But there are 4 words that have got me to some places I probably should have never been. He made me laugh. So am I a threat to you guys? Absolutely not. But at the same time, yep, yep, da 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 da, yep, yep, Before we go too much further, I want to apologize if I'm not 100%. I had an incident in my life last week, and it caused me to order some pepper spray. Yeah, it came in the mail today, and I was just testing it out. I'll tell you what, masturbating with lotion is way better.
No!
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
All right, hi. We're gonna really rip the roof off, right? We need to shake drinkers to really help out the tea drinkers. I'm gonna try again. We're gonna go, who's there? Okay? Okay, you ready? Ready? Knock, knock. Who's there? Don't worry about it. It's just my lasagna again. I told you it bombed. I love watching old movies. Does anybody in here ever just get a kick out of watching a movie you've seen 1,000 times?
Yes.
Yes. I love the Ghostbusters. It's what I say up to dry up any wet vaginas that might be around. We're getting older, you know. You guys came in here, I saw my 45 to 65-year-old people. Those are my people. There's no need to applaud or raise your hand or anything. I can see your knee and hip pain from here. I already spotted you. We're getting older, you know? Our bodies are changing. Our perception's changing. We have to eat things we didn't have to eat before. Viagra. Okay, show of hands. How many people in here use Viagra? I know there's some of you just can't get it up. It's a $2.5 billion industry, and I'm keeping the lights on over there. But there was a time in my life when I took 2 Viagra every day before I left the house. And it was a time of my life when I wasn't having sex. I feel like I need to explain. I'll explain. It has been a long time since I've been intimate with a woman. And my mind came up with this crazy idea that every day that passed, my chances went up, my odds increased, that I would have some sort of crazy one-night stand. And I believed it so much of the time that I took 2 Viagra every day before I left the house. I figured I had like 1 to 6 hours to run my errands and find a very dirty woman. And it never worked out. There was some drawbacks to the plan for sure. Sometimes I would go half-mast, or 3/4 mass even. And it didn't bother me. It was the other people at Natural Grocers that seemed to have problems. And I'd be like, what? I love buying bulk oats. Yeah, we're getting older. We're getting older. The only video game I still play is Credit Karma. 720. Level up, y'all. Did y'all know this? DTF does not stand for down to fish. I got a buddy that still won't text me back. Here's the newest way to tell I'm getting older. Now when I blow my nose, it honks. And the first time it happened, I was like, honk, fuck. This is the end, my only friend. Sad. The older I get, the more I realize there's only 2 kinds of people on this planet. There's people that eat cereal in the bathtub, and there's people that don't smoke weed. I eat cereal in the bathtub. It's for my mental health. But smoking weed has changed so much since I started. The other day, I couldn't get stoned because I had the wrong charger. I hadn't charged my weed. That's technology fucking sucks. And edibles are bananas. They're so crazy. Some people eat 5 milligrams and they go to the moon. Some people eat 500 milligrams and they go to work. We walk amongst you. Here's one. The other day I got so stoned that I brushed my teeth with lotion.
Oh!
They're in similar containers, so it was an honest mistake, but then I was like stuck there, baked out of my mind, contemplating the fact that now I know what my elbow tastes like. I realized I could have said a different body part. But I wanted to keep it clean. Dick. Now I know what my dick tastes like. My elbow. I got a best friend. His name is Doug. He was really dick, you guys. And he's always full of words of wisdom. Doug says things like, you can only teach your dog not to eat poop in front of you. Dash Doug.
Dash Doug.
I love the guy. I call him multiple times a day. I talk about him all the time. I even say I love you when we hang up. And some people think this is strange behavior for a 50-year-old man. Doug would agree with those people. I'm like, I love you. And he's like, okay. And my kids think that Doug is their uncle, which has always been a little weird to me because every time I've been a fake uncle to some kids, it's because I was fucking their mom. Super secret sex with mommy. I had a 15-year career in corporate marijuana, which I realize is an oxymoron. And when it ended, I put together a resume that highlighted all the skills that one would obtain after 15 years of growing marijuana. And I hit that job market. I landed the one job I'm qualified for. I'm an Uber driver. I really do it just to give my mom something to brag about. But you know, you learn some things when you drive for Uber. For instance, you learn that most people are generally kind. And you learn that service industry workers are the best tippers. And you learn that strippers leave a residue that only the popular product from the 90s, Simple Green, can remove. I've learned that some of y'all, you don't want to talk, You need to. And some of y'all, you don't want to shut up, but you need to. And most of my interactions driving for Uber have been pleasant, but one night, I've been driving college kids all over Grand Junction from bar to bar, and then I finally get them all back home again safe. And this woman climbs in the backseat of the Uber about 5:30 in the morning. She says, "It smells like weed in here." You guys, I've had a long night, so I said, "Ma'am, you're good. Most people can't smell the weed over the sex in the urine." Needless to say, the rest of the ride to her opening shift at Wendy's was completely silent. She got out of the car. I said, "Have a nice day." She slammed the door and she walked off. 5 stars and a $3 tip. I did not know that was the equation for that. But you meet all kinds of different walks of life when you're a rideshare driver. Like, for instance, did you guys know this? There is a whole group of beautiful, successful, independent power women. And they prefer to hook up with blue-collar guys. Yeah. So fellas, fucking stay broke. BBS, bitches be slumming. Broke power, am I right? And ladies, you know what they say. Once you go broke, you're gonna have to pay for dinner. And I tried it, did not like it. It made me feel insecure, inadequate. I even lied to her about my accomplishments. I told her I took a shower every day. But in the end, we were just from 2 different worlds. You know, she'd never been with a guy as rough as me, and I'd never been with a woman who has a relationship with her father. So, there was that. Oh my God. I want to remind everybody, public service announcement, Uber is not a dating app. But women treat that shit like Bumble, all right? There is no more dangerous predator than a 45-year-old divorced woman who's 3 margaritas deep and she's in the back seat of my car. I call them Uber cougars. And it's not just women either. It's guys too. I picked up this guy the other night. We're driving along. We're just chit-chat, you know. And there was a break in the conversation. We got silent just for a moment. And he says, "You ever hook up with dudes?" Now, the wild side of me was like, "Do it!" The more sensible, reserved side of me was like, "I should probably be more well-rested before my first man-on-man sexual experience." I was flattered and offended at the same time. And on one hand, he wants to do me. And I get that. But on the other hand, bro, put in some work, you know? It was early enough in the morning, he could have taken me out to breakfast. Feed me. Feed me, then fuck me. I realize this joke is starting to sound like instructions, but it's not, so settle down. I dropped him off, and I drove away. I did double back and fuck him, but for the record, I also dropped him off and drove away. I'm just kidding. These are jokes. I never dropped him off. 5 stars and a $3 tip. Oh my God. But I support the LGBTQT plus community. I got too many acronyms. I just call them the Alphabet Mafia. I like that one. And my problem is that like my gaydar is broken. And not in a way that I can't tell if they're gay. It's in a way that I can't tell if I'm gay. I used to think I put off like this little bisexual vibe, but then I realized for that to be true, women would also have to be gay. But you know, I'm woke-ish. I'm like sleepwalking, you know, and I'm the kind of woke that is like the level of woke would be like, damn those transgender athletes. But on the other hand, I'm like, damn those transgender athletes. You guys like that one? Oh my God. We live in a strange time. It's a different different time. We walk in a time of walk it off. Or sachet, whatever you like. Like, is it okay to chop wood and cry at the same time? I'll never find out. I don't chop wood. Oh my goodness. But my point is, it seems to me that some of the things that used to seem supportive and helpful are now like a hate crime, like keeping score at a Little League game. For instance. But I consider myself a forward-thinking man, and I think it's important to talk about and address the woman's role in the awakening of the new modern man. And I think I speak for all of the self-aware, sensitive, progressive, empathetic men in the room when I say, ladies, show us your tits. Thank you guys all very much. You guys have your adult stuff to do. You have to pay the bills, clean the house, cry in the shower. Just remember, no matter what's happening, to laugh about it. All right?
Yeah.
This might be my Viagra topic. But I hope to have every single last money in the backseat of my Uber someday. Thank you,
All right, you guys keep it going for air.